What's up, everyone? It's Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, I have a Clint Bowyer 187 peak antifreeze Ford Mustang in the studio from the Nascar Authentics line. Got this in one of those mystery bags, so we don't have an official unboxing of it. But regardless, it is brand new. Let's go ahead and do the diecast review. All right, folks, here we go with today's diecast review. Shout out to Circle B for sitting in those 187 mystery bags. I opened one up, and this is my most recent one that I got. I didn't have this diecast previously, so that's why we're doing the diecast review on it. And it's so interesting to look at the Ford Mustang diecast mold without the spoiler on it, because it's pretty much, a stub 2017 Toyota Camry style spoiler. Now, technically, it's not even a Ford Mustang mold because it's a generic diecast. It's actually a lot closer to a 2018 Ford Fusion and a 2013 Chevy, Cup car. So it's kind of interesting to see more of a less aggressive Ford Mustang, diecast in the 164 scale. Go over to the front of the diecast, you have peak, coolant, and antifreeze there. You have, no window banner, not even a rear window banner, which is kind of interesting. The whole car is just one solid die-cast shell. There is no plastic. There is no windows, which is interesting. Get the Ford decal there. Go to the front of the die-cast. Get Mustang. Get number 14. Moog, Edelbrock, and Sunoco. The paint scheme's actually pretty nice. And I remember when this car came out, this was, I want to say May 2019. And it was one of the first few Ford Mustang 164s ever made for the NASCAR Cup Series. I remember the hype for it. I remember the build-up for it. And if you're a newer fan, if you were around in 2022, it was basically like that. Everyone was geeked up for the next gens in 2022. And then, the diecast came out and people just went crazy for them. Very similar to the 2019 Mustang. That was a big deal, right? When Chevy went to the Camaros, that was a big deal. When Ford went to the Mustangs, that was a big deal. It was the first time, oh my goodness, since I think the 70s that there was the quote-unquote muscle car, the performance-based cars were in the Cup Series, because pretty much after that, they were running, oh my goodness, Oldsmobile 442s, Monte Carlos. I mean, Monte Carlos in the 60s might have been more of a, performance thing. But a Monte Carlo in 1988, I don't know about that, fellas. But you get what I'm trying to say. You over here to the left side of the diecast, you have peak, coolant, and antifreeze there. There's a subtle gradient throughout the whole car, but there's even a little bit of a stripe detail on this side panel. You can see it gets darker over here, but it gets a little bit lighter to the American Ethanol ring, which that's now retired as well, which makes me feel old, because I remember the announcement of the partnership with American Ethanol, and they were going to be putting it on the cars. This was 2011 or something. I remember that. Get Rush Truck Centers, Haas, Mobile One. Get one Kier, I think that's Colorado State, Del Cobb, Exalta, and not sure what that decal is. Maybe it's Rush Truck Centers as well. Got the number 14 there, Mechanics Wear, NASCAR Race Car, 3M, Lincoln Welders, and Goodyear there. You can see a little bit of a decal separation there, as the car is pretty much for the majority of it, it's a full wrap, right? Clint Bowyer there, B post decal, which is very hard to read. Maybe I just need to get new eyes. I see peak, Ford, something. Go to the back panel of the diecast. It's just the rear of these 187 diecasts looks so interesting, because they look like the Super Speedway package, where they have the extra side skirts attached to the rear of the car. And the spoiler, literally looks like nothing. It looks like they just took it off, like it's a freaking early 70s stock car. That is fascinating. Got Peak, GT, and Peak right there. Number 14 with the Mustang license plate. Go to the right side of the diecast. And these 187 diecasts, when they first came out, they were very controversial. A lot of people didn't like them, myself included. I can't lie, I didn't like them, right? But I look back at it, maybe I'm just a little bit older now, but I look more at these as kind of a novelty thing. I don't look at them more of a serious collectible. And I think looking at them through that lens, it's allowed me to kind of just what, these are actually pretty cool after all. In the 2000s, when they were making the 187 diecast, they actually had interior. They actually had a plastic interior. They had clear windows. Those I would consider more of a serious collectible. These I would consider more of hey, you could put it on a keychain. Hey, you could put it on your desk, right? You could decorate anything with it. Like you could glue some of these to the top of your toolbox or something. You know, you could kind of just do whatever you want. And it's not really a super serious collectible thing. Like I wouldn't take, you know, a 164 diecast and do that because, you know, it's a 164 scale diecast. I like to keep them, you know, for the most part in good shape. But something like this, it's kind of whimsical, right? You could do whatever you want with it, but that's just kind of how I look at it. I just noticed this. You can see almost a line right here on that front windshield where it looks like a banner would actually go, but what it is the roof decal. It has kind of a line that goes with the A, B, and C pillars. So it has these decal overlaps. It's all the same color, but just the decal paper itself. It almost looks like the outlining for a window banner, which is kind of funny because it doesn't have one. Got the number 14 there, and then peak, and then, well, you guessed it. It's Quaker State. No, I'm kidding. I don't know why they do these dual logos. Just put one giant logo there. Like, I don't know. I don't really like when sponsors do this. They'll put like 3 logos on the roof. Just take one of them and just stretch the logo. It looks so much cleaner. I don't know. It's a really cool looking diecast. I've done a review on this in the 164 scale as well. And speaking of the 2019 diecasts, if you're new to the channel, right? I have done like probably over 1,500 diecast reviews. I'm not even joking, right? Crazy. I can't even believe we're still doing this channel. So thank you, God, for that. But if you're curious about some other 2019 diecasts, I have a whole playlist set for them. I've done a lot of the 187s, you know, the last few months, so you could tap in and check those out if you're interested. But I have a whole playlist for all the 2019 diecasts. So if you want to go back in time a little bit and check out all those releases from that year, probably a lot of diecasts you probably forget even existed. And maybe you're a newer fan. Right? Maybe you're a newer fan and you weren't around in NASCAR diecasts in 2019. That could be a great way to kind of get up to speed, checking out some of them older diecast reviews. So I have a whole playlist to that. It's over like 100 diecasts or something in it. Tap in. I have playlists for almost every year of diecast reviews since the year 2000. Or I say almost every year. A good amount of them. Whatever has a lot of different year models, I usually set a playlist for. So I have stuff from like 2002, 2022, 2019, etc. So tap in, check those out. Here's the little free sticker that it comes with here, and it's just a cheap little sticker. Honestly, I would not recommend peeling this off and actually using it. From what I've heard, these don't last, especially in the elements. Which, I mean, it's a sticker; it's not going to last. But some like stickers you'd put on a car window, they're designed to really sustain extreme cold and extreme weather and last a little bit longer than this. Maybe a couple hours more, but I digress. This is something I would honestly just leave on the paperback, and I would flatten it out. So and the way you do this is you put it on like something flat, so you could take like a cookbook or something heavy and just let it sit there for like a day and it'll flatten out. And then you could kind of use this as like a, I don't know, something you could use, a stop motion diorama, some little setup with your diecast. Heck, you could pose this with the 164 diecast if you want. You could have this like in the shop or something, you know, your diorama. There's some cool little whimsical things you could do with it, but that's what I would recommend. You do whatever you want though. That's all for now. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to help support the channel, hey, I did get this diecast from Circle B. It was one of my diecast hauls. Sometimes they send them in for free, the 187s. Tap it over there. Use that promo code. You could save on shipping. Maybe they'll send you one of these. They kind of randomize it, which makes it fun because you don't know what you're going to get, you know, the little mystery gift. Always found that interesting. That's all for now, fellas. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed one. Diecastbuffet, signing off.